Hello, viewers. Today is November 16th, 2024. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions on the policies and other top ticket items that the incoming Trump administration is likely to proceed with. And as a part of that, I would like to today discuss about the much talked about Department of Government Efficiency. So this is one of those things that incoming President Donald Trump announced last week, stating that he is going to ask Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to head what is called as the Department of Government Efficiency, and they would look to see how we can reduce the government spending and also look at the entire budget and see where we can get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse and whatnot. So I thought I will just discuss about that particular initiative or the policy proposal from Donald Trump. So first of all, you look at the name, it says it's Department of Government Efficiency. So this was announced through some kind of a press release as a part of the advisory council, I believe. But by just affixing the name Department of Government Efficiency, the entire media picked up. As a matter of fact, that the entire world was talking about it, saying that this is what our country should also do, and there should be a Department of Government Efficiency to reduce waste, fraud, and whatnot. So let me just give you a perspective on this stated goal of eliminating fraud, waste, and whatnot. This has been going on for the last, say, close to around 45 years now, that every incoming president, as soon as they get elected, they will come and say, I'm going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. I'm going to eliminate fraud, abuse, and waste, and I'm going to have so much of dollars saved for the federal government. This has happened ever since Ronald Reagan. It has continued, whether it is a Democrat or a Republican. But that is not the key issue here. By calling this as a Department of Government Efficiency, some people think this is actually a department that has got real power to make changes in the policies. That is not the case. If you truly want to create a department in the federal government, Trump needs to follow what George W. Bush did after 9/11. He passed a sweeping bill which created the Department of Homeland Security, and that he combined around 22 agencies, I believe, into one agency called Department of Homeland Security. That was done through Congress, and Congress approved it, and the President Bush then signed it. Then he created a true department, which is Department of Homeland Security, that has got budget, that has got specific things that they can do. So on each one of those areas that they address. So this is not a true department. So by affixing that name department, a lot of people are getting kind of hyped up to say that this is going to be different from before. This is just another advisory council that several presidents have tried to create and try to come up with some kind of a policy proposal for how to come up with a budget in such a way that you can reduce the deficit and the debt. For example, if you look at the historical perspective, Barack Obama in the year 2010 created a presidential commission on reforms and accountability, and that was headed by financial reforms and accountability. That was headed by Alan Simpson, a Republican senator, the former senator then, and then Erskine Walls, who worked under the Clinton administration. And that had got around 18 members, and they were tasked to find out what they can do to actually get the budget to some kind of a sustained mode by looking at both at the revenue side as well as at the expenses side. And they worked for, I believe, almost a year or year and a half. They went and spoke to several people, and they had some public events where they tried to get people to present their ideas and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they had a fixed set of proposals, and the whole commission was set up in such a way that 14 of those 18 members of the commission needs to actually approve whatever they propose so that it can go to Congress. And unfortunately, whatever they were trying to propose did not get approved. Only 11 members of that commission approved that particular set of policy proposals. So the reason I'm saying that is people can always have good ideas, people can always have good intentions. And if you want to come and actually change the way that Washington, D.C. works, it's not that easy. And you've got all these congressmen and women and the senators who are enormously powerful and who have the power of the purse. So let's take, for instance, that this so-called DOGE. What are they going to say? As a matter of fact, Elon Musk was asking for people to join the task force, but he said, be prepared to work long hours and without pay. So that means it's quite clear that this particular commission or particular advisory council is not going to have any budget. So they are looking to do something pro bono, and they're going to look at areas where they can cut. This is where the real problem arises. You can come back and say that these are the 10 items that I would like to cut. But what you think is not important might be very, very important for a congressman or congresswoman from a congressional district that requires it. For instance, some environmental study on something. So you might think that it is a waste of money, but he would say for his constituents, it's very, very important. How are you going to make sure that that congresswoman or a congressman or woman is going to be satisfied? So the Congress at the end of the day has the power of the purse, as I mentioned before. So it's going to be very difficult to come and say, okay, I want to cut this, I want to cut that. And moreover, any such initiative should look at the big picture. It is not enough to really look at $2 million here, $4 million on monkey research. I'm going to get rid of $3 million on this transgender procedure. I'm going to get rid of. That's not going to solve the problem. That's just demagoguery. What is really important is if you really truly want to look at the budget, you have to look at defense very seriously. Defense is probably around $940 billion per year. So you have to look at to see whether there is really need for us to spend that kind of money. And you have to look at some of the tax policies to see whether we can get additional revenue in the form of taxes. Of course, you also need to look at other programs within the government where there's a substantial amount of money that you can potentially cut. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't touch defense budget, which is probably 15%, you're not doing any justice. So if you come to the defense budget, Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, is getting quite a bit of contracts from the Defense Department on the aerospace program. So as a matter of fact, he has gotten close to around $20 billion or so in the last 10, 15 years from the Defense Department. I'm not saying all of this is basically not required. As a matter of fact, NASA used to give contracts to their contractors by saying that there will be a price component which is actuals, and then there is a set profit. And that is how they used to give contracts before. But thanks to Elon Musk, when he came, he said he's going to take a fixed price contract. So he is fully accountable for that statement of work on that contract, and he's not going to ask for more money. That's a very good thing that he has done, because previously, if we have a cost plus profit kind of a contract, and there will be cost overruns because there is no accountability to make sure that you finish the work within that costing parameters. So we all should be thankful for Elon Musk for actually offering to actually do a fixed price contract without any cost overruns. But nevertheless, even on that fixed price contract, people can always find out and say that you are not doing it for free. You are still able to make profit even with that fixed price contract. And some person can come and say that Why do we need to pay you X million dollars for this? You're already making 30-40% profit on this X million. I would like to reduce 15% of your contract. Will Elon Musk be willing to take that? This is one specific example where it's going to hurt him as well. So that is why I'm saying that it's all well and good to talk big when you're about to get into the government and when you're about to start a fresh term. And you can always talk about, I'm going to eliminate all these unwanted programs and I'm going to reduce the size of the government. But you will be doing a disservice and injustice if you do not look at defense, you do not look at how to generate additional revenue, and also you should look at other programs within the federal government that are not working, and you should look at big ticket items. But I know for a fact that you cannot touch Social Security and Medicare. That is something that's going to be very difficult for any political party to touch at this point. But anything beyond that, from the expenditure perspective, they should look at big ticket items, not just small things like this procedure for transgenders that's like $5 million or $10 million, or this monkey research, which is $3 million. That's all like just playing to the gallery, playing to the media. That might sound good for a day or two, but that will not solve the country's problems. So I wish, first of all, they will just rectify this name and basically make sure that the people don't get carried away by this name, Department of Government Efficiency. Rather, they can call it as an advisory council on government efficiency, as opposed to Department of Government Efficiency. And that is where I will start first, and then I will look at real programs where you can potentially cut millions and billions of dollars without affecting a lot of people. That's what I would do if I were on their shoes. And that's it for me today. I'll come back to you with another program tomorrow. Till then, take care.